At just 22 years old, Louis Bielle-Biarrey has emerged as one of the most lethal wingers in world rugby. In an era when defensive structures are faster, more disciplined, and more athletic than ever, the Bordeaux-Begles star has consistently found ways to score, and score often. Over the past 17 months, Bielle-Biarrey has accumulated an astonishing 55 tries across 50 appearances for club and country, a strike rate that few in the modern game can rival. That level of productivity not only makes him the most prolific try scorer in elite-level rugby during this period, but positions him as a genuine contender to rewrite the record books in the years to come. Rising star of French rugby, Bielle-Biarrey's ascent has been rapid. Only a little over 2 years into his tenure with the senior France national rugby union team, he has already made a huge impact. His 24 tries in 25 international matches yield a conversion ratio of 0.96 per game, an almost unmatched level of consistency at test level. To put that into perspective, France's previous leading wingers have taken far longer to reach similar milestones. Bielle-Biarrey is now in striking distance of Damian Penaud's try-scoring record for France, which currently stands at 40. At his current pace, he could surpass Penaud in as few as 15 more appearances, assuming Penaud does not add to his tally. What makes Bielle-Biarrey's rise so remarkable is that it is not purely a product of opportunity. He has faced some of the world's best defensive systems, from the physically imposing Southern Hemisphere teams to Europe's most disciplined Six Nations sides. Yet, despite the pressure, he continues to consistently cross the whitewashed Six Nations record in the making. While Bielle-Biarrey's international try tally grows, his impact on the Six Nations Championship has been equally historic. Last season, he scored 8 tries in the competition, breaking the previous single championship record held by Northern Irish star Jacob Stockdale. That achievement also saw him equal the all-time record for most tries in a single championship, joining the legendary Cyril Lowe of England, 1914, and Scotland's Ian Smith, 1925. That at the recent Six Nations fixture against Italy, Bielle-Biarrey etched another chapter into the history books. By scoring in that match, he became the first player ever to score in 8 consecutive rounds of the Six Nations. He previously shared the record with England's Tommy Freeman, but now the Frenchman stands alone. This streak not only highlights his consistency, but also his remarkable ability to perform under sustained pressure across multiple tournaments and high-stakes games. That Bielle-Biarrey's Six Nations exploits reflect more than just finishing ability. His tries are often the culmination of intelligent positioning, precise timing, and the ability to exploit defensive lapses. Unlike many wingers who rely purely on raw pace, Bielle-Biarrey combines speed with spatial awareness and rugby intelligence. Whether it's finishing off a sweeping backline move, exploiting gaps around the fringes of rucks, or running support lines to perfection, he consistently finds opportunities that others might miss, chasing the Tier 1 try record. Despite his early successes, Bielle-Biarrey's ultimate goal remains monumental, becoming the all-time top try scorer among Tier 1 nations. Currently, Japan's Daisuke Ohata holds the record with 69 tries, closely followed by South Africa's Bryan Habana with 67 and Australia's David Campese with 64. What sets Bielle-Biarrey apart is the efficiency of his scoring. Among the top 58 Test try scorers, none boast a ratio as high as a 0.96 per international appearance. If he continues at this rate, analysts suggest he would only need 72 caps to surpass Ohata. Considering his rate in club and international rugby combined, 1.1 tries per match over the past 17 months, he could theoretically achieve the milestone in as few as 63 matches. While this may seem ambitious, Bielle-Biarrey is clearly on a trajectory to challenge the very best. Few players in history have blended youth, speed, finishing ability, and consistency to such a degree, making the prospect of him becoming the world's top try scorer a realistic, albeit challenging, target. Elite company and emerging threats within international rugby. Only a select few players appear capable of rivaling or threatening Bielle-Biarrey's progress. Names like Will Jordan of New Zealand, Georgia's Aka Tabut Sads, and Portugal's Rodrigo Marta show promise, but none have demonstrated the same level of consistent output at the highest competitive tiers. The combination of longevity, club performance, and international impact gives Bielle-Biarrey an edge few can currently match. It's also worth noting that rugby, unlike many other sports, is highly contextual. The defensive patterns, set-piece quality, and tactical sophistication of Tier 1 nations create conditions where try-scoring opportunities are rare. That Bielle-Biarrey continues to convert these opportunities at a remarkable rate highlights not just his finishing prowess, but his adaptability and rugby intelligence. Speed. The X factor, one of the most frequently cited aspects of Bielle-Biarrey's game, is his extraordinary pace. His speed was tested in a recent friendly 50-meter sprint against Christophe Lemaitre, France's renowned track athlete, in a challenge broadcast on Canal+. Bielle-Biarrey clocked a maximum speed of 38.5 km per hour, equivalent to 10.69 meters per second, narrowly beating the French sprinting champion. Lemaitre, who is intimately familiar with the mechanics of acceleration and top-end speed, praised Bielle-Biarrey's technique while offering minor advice. He's doing well. I gave him a little advice. It's about adding a bit more rhythm at the start because he swings his legs too much. At the beginning, we need to create speed. For a contact sport like rugby, generating such acceleration in short spaces is invaluable. Wingers rarely have the luxury of long, open-field sprints. Most try-scoring scenarios involve bursts of speed from limited space, evading defenders, or exploiting gaps created in fleeting moments. Bielle-Biarrey's combination of explosive power, footwork, and straight-line pace gives him a significant advantage over most modern defensive systems that beyond pace. Rugby IQ and positional awareness speed alone does not explain Bielle-Biarrey's meteoric try-scoring success. His positional awareness, timing, and understanding of defensive systems allow him to consistently find space and opportunities. Whether operating as part of a structured backline move or exploiting individual mismatches, Bielle-Biarrey demonstrates a sophisticated understanding of angles, support lines, and defensive weaknesses. Furthermore, his chemistry with playmakers at Bordeaux-Begles and in the French national team enables him to anticipate passes and exploit overlaps before defenders can react. His finishing ability is complemented by an unselfish approach. He knows when to offload, when to delay, and when to strike. This balance between instinct and intelligence is a hallmark of the very best wingers in rugby history. Historical context comparisons to past rugby legends are inevitable. Bielle-Biarrey's single-season Six Nations try-tally rivals some of the most storied scorers in the tournament's long history. Matching or surpassing the 8-try achievements of Cyril Lowe, 1914, and Ian Smith, 1925, places him firmly among the elite. His streak of scoring in 8 consecutive rounds, a new record, further cements his place in modern rugby lore. The statistical trajectory suggests that, with careful management of fitness, selection, and international appearances, Bielle-Biarrey could potentially challenge the all-time Tier 1 try-scoring records within the next 5 years. Achieving such a feat at just 22 would be unprecedented, highlighting not only his skill, but his durability, consistency, and commitment to excellence. Future outlook. Looking ahead, Bielle-Biarrey faces multiple challenges. Defensive teams are now acutely aware of his capabilities. Opponents will increasingly plan specifically to contain him, using double-covering wingers, tighter defensive lines, and targeted kicks to limit space. The conclusion: Louis Bielle-Biarrey is not merely a rising star. He is already among the most prolific try scorers in world rugby. With 55 tries and 50 appearances across club and international competitions, he has set a benchmark few can match. His record-breaking streaks in the Six Nations, exceptional speed, and tactical intelligence signal that he is not just chasing records. He is rewriting them as he continues to mature. The prospect of Bielle-Biarrey becoming the top Tier 1 international try scorer becomes increasingly realistic. At 22, with years of rugby ahead, the French winger may soon challenge the legends of the game and cement his place in the pantheon of rugby greats.